Hey friends and fellow survivors. I'm here to talk about the way that femininity is stripped from those who have suffered from sexual abuse. So, for starters, I was molested as a child by an adult woman. I was molested by a youth leader as a teenager and harassed by my own father as a teenager and an adult. And when I turned 20, I was raped by a spiritual leader and have had multiple cases of sexual harassment before and after those incidents. So, I definitely fall under the category of sexual abuse survivor. Gold star! I made the club! Yay! I'm actually not stoked to be in the club, but I'm here. And I want to say something. Because my defense mechanism for sexual abuse and harassment was to hide my femininity for years. At the point that I got to college and my dad was giving me unwanted sexual attention and I was raped by someone who was older than me and my professor was sexually harassing me at a Christian school and I had other church leaders sexually harass me, I learned a lesson. And that was that being feminine is a problem. That being feminine is dangerous. And if you're a feminine woman, that you should be scared and you should hide yourself because you won't be respected, you won't be valued, and you will be raped and harassed. That was what life taught me. So when I was 20 years old, I decided that I was going to hide every feminine part of me, every part that was delicate, every part that was submissive or caring or nurturing or empathetic or creative or beautiful. The parts of me that were feminine, I hid because I saw them as a liability to my well-being. And I tried to think of myself as a man. I tried to think, well, what would a man do? What would a man say? How would a man think if he was in this situation? How would a man respond to this comment? How would a man act in this situation? Because men were respected. I saw men being seen as human beings, and feminine women being seen as garbage that you use as a cum dumpster. That's what I saw. Because there's this movement for women's rights that's in the past has said, listen, women can be just as masculine as men can be. So we should have the same opportunity. But the thing that they are drastically missing the point on is that feminine women or feminine people are just as human and just as important and just as valuable as masculine people. Because honestly, I'm a feminine human. And it hurts me to say that because it feels like admitting to weakness. It feels like I'm admitting to some huge flaw in my humanity. Like I'm admitting to some dark secret that makes me less than everyone else, being feminine. But the thing is that I am feminine. But you know what? I'm also strong. And I'm stubborn. And I haven't given up. And I've worked through a lot of shit that I've been through. And the more I work through, the more I become okay with being feminine. The more I become okay with nurturing other people. The more I become okay with taking care of other people's emotional needs or their physical needs, or being empathetic, or caring, or crying, or feeling other people's pain. Because those things come naturally to me, but I've suppressed them because society told me that those things were less than human and did not deserve respect. But the more that I become empowered, the more I'm able to be kind and soft and empathetic. Because I know how strong I am. Because I know all of the shit that I've been through and survived. A weak person would not have survived what I have been through. I know that for a fact because I had to be strong to survive. A weak person would not have survived. And I did survive. And I am feminine. And I know that just because I'm feminine doesn't mean that I'm weak, and it doesn't mean that I'm less of a person. It means that I have so much to offer the world because we're lacking in femininity. We are lacking. This society, this American society that we live in, devalues feminine qualities, and because of it, we're suffering greatly. There's so much of what we're suffering as a society is because we've dismissed feminine qualities as being important. In order for people to be healthy, they need to have a balance of feminine and masculine energy. That's been proven in so many different ways. But you have to understand that, like, there needs to be a balance between feminine and masculine, and right now we're so in favor of masculine that we're falling apart. It's going to be the demise of America. So if you don't want to completely fail and become ruined and destroyed, you need to understand the importance of femininity in the survival of humankind.